In the serene sheep pasture, young David keeps watchful guard over his flock. A looming shadow shatters the peace as a lion threatens the innocent sheep. David fearlessly confronts the predator, his agility and courage shining against the raw power of the beast. In a fierce struggle, faith and skill combine as David subdues the lion. The Israelite army stands assembled, a sea of nervous faces under the unforgiving sun. Across the valley, the Philistine forces amass, a formidable wall of steel and menace. Fear permeates the Israelite ranks, each soldier grappling with the weight of impending battle. Whispers ripple through the Israelite lines, each hushed word amplifying the collective anxiety. Eyes dart nervously, scanning the horizon, searching for any sign of hope or escape. The air crackles with tension, a silent prelude to the inevitable clash of armies. Across the valley, a fearsome figure appears. Goliath, a giant armored warrior. His shadow looms, casting a pall over the battlefield. Goliath's challenge echoes through the valley. "Send me your warrior. Is there no one among you brave enough to face me?" His taunt hangs in the air, daring any to defy him. Within the Israelite tent, King Saul sits heavily on his throne, a portrait of dejection and despair. The air hangs heavy with unspoken dread as Saul's advisors gather, their faces etched with fear. They attempt words of comfort, but their voices falter, lost in the overwhelming shadow of Goliath. A palpable fear grips every heart, paralyzing them in the face of the looming threat. No one dares utter the name of Goliath, the giant who has struck terror into the hearts of Israel. Saul remains motionless, the weight of his crown a heavy burden as he contemplates the impossible. Amidst the Israelite army camp, David arrives, a basket swinging from his arm. He scans the faces of the soldiers, a quest etched on his face. The air vibrates with a palpable sense of foreboding. Suddenly, a booming voice shatters the tense atmosphere. Goliath's challenge echoes across the valley. David's eyes flash with indignation as he listens. In the expansive valley, two armies face each other, tension hanging heavy in the air. Amidst the seasoned warriors, young David approaches, his voice ringing with innocent inquiry. David's question echoes, "Why has no one accepted Goliath's challenge?" The soldiers erupt in laughter, dismissing him. "Look at this boy, what do you know of war?" Inside the Israelite tent, sunlight pierces through the flaps, revealing David standing firm before King Saul. His voice rings with unwavering resolve. "I will fight Goliath." Saul, burdened by doubt, sits heavily on his makeshift throne. Saul responds with disbelief. "You? A boy?" Saul declares with finality. "You are but a youth, David. Goliath is a seasoned warrior, a giant among men." Bathed in the soft glow of the Israelite tent, David recounts his heroic past, his voice filled with fervor. "I swear, when a lion or a bear came and carried off a sheep from the flock, I went after it," David proclaims. Saul responds, his skepticism evident. "But you are only a youth, and he has been a warrior from his youth." David's resolve hardens. "The Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine." Inside the Israelite tent, Saul offers David his heavy armor and sword, symbols of power and protection. David receives the weighty gifts, his expression thoughtful as he considers their use. Testing the armor's burden, David finds himself restricted, his movements clumsy and strained. With newfound resolve, David removes the cumbersome armor and sword, setting aside what does not serve him. David approaches the stream, his purposeful stride breaking the morning stillness. He pauses at the water's edge, his gaze sweeping over the smooth stones scattered along the bank. With deliberate care, David selects a stone, its surface reflecting the sunlight as he picks it up. He repeats the process, each stone chosen with a warrior's precision. The shepherd's bag now laden, David slings it over his shoulder, ready for what awaits. In the valley between the armies, David confidently strides forward. He approaches Goliath, who towers above him, clad in heavy armor. Goliath looks down upon the young shepherd with amusement. "Are you kidding me? They sent a boy to fight me?" Goliath booms. He taunts David. "Where is your armor, little shepherd?" David remains calm, his determination unwavering in the face of the giant. Sunlight drenches the valley as the Israelite and Philistine armies face each other, a storm of destiny brewing. A young shepherd, David, stands defiant against the colossal Goliath, his courage a beacon in the face of overwhelming terror. David's voice echoes across the valley. "I come to you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied." His unwavering declaration pierces the air, a promise of divine retribution. "This day the Lord will deliver you into my hands, David proclaims, "and I'll strike you down and cut off your head." Amidst the armies, David sprints toward Goliath, a solitary figure propelled by youthful determination. His footsteps break the silence, each stride carrying the weight of destiny. He reaches into his bag, his fingers close on a stone, a symbol of faith against impossible odds. The tension is a tangible force as David prepares his sling, a simple weapon against a giant. In the valley, David prepares to sling the stone, his movements precise and deliberate. With intense focus, David unleashes the stone towards Goliath. The stone hurtles through the air, a swift and deadly projectile aimed with unwavering resolve. The stone strikes Goliath squarely in the forehead. Goliath collapses, his massive frame hitting the earth with a resounding thud. Goliath struggles, his colossal figure teetering on the precipice of defeat. With a deafening crash that echoes across the valley, Goliath collapses. The Philistine army watches, their expressions frozen in disbelief. Fear grips the Philistine ranks as reality dawns upon them. In the valley between the armies, David sprints towards Goliath, his determination burning bright. David grabs Goliath's massive sword, struggling to lift the heavy weapon. With a surge of strength, David raises the enormous sword high above his head. David swings Goliath's sword, the blade glinting menacingly in the sunlight. The sword descends, a swift and decisive strike against Goliath. David stands tall, Goliath's severed head held aloft, a symbol of victory against impossible odds. Across the valley, a wave of Israelite soldiers erupts in a chorus of triumphant cheers, their faces alight with newfound courage. The air vibrates with the ferocious energy of the Israelite army, their initial dread now replaced by an unyielding surge of jubilation. United, they surge forward, a relentless tide of warriors charging towards the Philistine lines with unparalleled force. Before the onslaught, the Philistines falter, their ranks breaking as panic and disarray seize their hearts. The Israelite charge intensifies, their unified strength shattering the Philistine formation, scattering them like leaves in the wind. Victory is seized as the Philistines are routed, their dreams of conquest collapsing into a desperate retreat across the bloodied valley. Inside the Israelite tent, a grim scene unfolds as David presents the severed head of Goliath to King Saul. The massive head, a grotesque trophy of victory, is held high, its features frozen in a silent scream. Blood stains the floor of the tent, a stark reminder of the battle fought and won. King Saul stares in disbelief, his face a mixture of amazement and profound gratitude. The weight of the moment hangs heavy in the air, victory mingled with the grim reality of war. Throughout Israel, David is celebrated as a hero. His name is on every tongue. The air vibrates with the joyous sounds of music and dance, voices raised to the heavens. The land echoes with laughter and song, praising God for the triumph. Each heart beats with gratitude, every step a testament to their newfound peace. The fields and valleys resound with the echoes of a nation's gratitude and joy. Israel rejoices, united in their praise, their voices blending in harmonious celebration. David returns to the sheep pasture, the bleating of the sheep, a stark reminder of the life he has changed. The rolling hills of the pasture offer a silent witness to David's profound faith. The familiar landscape offers a sense of peace, yet the weight of his actions lingers. He surveys the flock, the bleating a comforting sound against the backdrop of his memories. David's gaze drifts across the serene pasture, the hills standing as silent sentinels. In the heart of the pasture, David contemplates the power of faith amid the tranquil scene. Bathed in the morning light, Saul, a king, gestures grandly towards David, his expression conveying respect and authority. David stands humbly before Saul, his youthful face reflecting a warrior's resolve. Saul's voice booms through the tent. "David, your courage and skill have not gone unnoticed. I promote you to a high rank in my army." David responds with genuine humility. "My king, I am grateful for your trust. I will serve you and our people with all my heart." David continues to serve with courage and humility, earning the respect of all who know him. Under the radiant sun of Israel, David commands his army, his faith a beacon of unwavering strength. The Israelite army advances, their faith solidifying with each victorious stride. Victorious? David kneels in prayer, expressing gratitude as the army echoes his devotion. David raises his sword, a symbol of divine blessing, as the army roars with renewed faith and vigor. Flickering candlelight casts dancing shadows across the canvas walls of the Israelite tent, enveloping the scene in a sacred glow. Within the heart of the tent, David kneels in solemn devotion, his head bowed in reverence, hands clasped tightly in prayer. A silent communion unfolds as David's lips move, expressing a profound gratitude that fills the tent. In a hushed whisper, David's voice breaks the silence, a heartfelt offering of thanks to the divine. Thank you, God, for your guidance and strength. The candlelight flickers, casting dancing shadows that mirror the depth of David's gratitude and the strength of his faith. Across a sun-scorched valley, two armies stand poised for battle, the air thick with anticipation and dread. Narrator's voice echoes across the valley. This is the story of David and Goliath, a story of faith, courage, and the unwavering belief that even the smallest among us can overcome the greatest obstacles. Hope flickers in the eyes of the smallest warriors, their hearts pounding with the belief that destiny can be defied. At the base of a colossal skyscraper, a young person stands, sweat glistening on their brow, a worn briefcase their only companion. The towering building looms, a silent challenge to their small stature. Images flash. David facing Goliath, a slingshot poised against impossible odds. Determination hardens their gaze, a resolve born from faith and courage. A deep breath fills their lungs, and they step forward, the briefcase a shield in hand. Bathed in the golden light of sunset, the skyscraper transforms, its architecture forming a subtle cross, a testament to unwavering belief.